Hey, it's Joe Amoia, founder and creator of GPSforlove.com. Got a couple questions for you. Do you tend to jump into relationships way too soon? Or do you do the exact opposite, where you just stay in relationships way too long and you waste precious months and years of your time with someone who can never give you what it is that you're ultimately looking for? Or do you feel that you have to have someone special to share your life with? And if you don't, your life is empty and meaningless. Well, if so, I want you to pay close attention because those are signs that you may well be a love addict. So what do I mean by love addict? Well, a love addict is exactly what it sounds like. It's someone who's addicted to love. Someone who feels that they absolutely positively must have it, and they will do anything to get it, even if it doesn't give them the results that they want, that they're ultimately looking for. So what I believe is that there are ultimately three signs that you're a love addict. So I want you to pay close attention. You might actually want to write these down. Number one is what I call the Jerry Maguire myth. This is when you feel that you need a man to complete you. Your life is empty. Your life is meaningless. And it doesn't mean anything unless you have someone special to share your life with. Now, let me preface this by saying we're wired to love and to be loved. We're wired to connect. We're wired for relationships. That's what makes us human beings. But there's a difference between a healthy relationship and an unhealthy relationship. And when you're addicted to love, you go for the unhealthy relationship. See, you'll go for any relationship. You'll take any relationship that comes along, and you'll do everything and anything to stay in that relationship because it meets your addiction. Okay? Not a smart thing to do. As you know, you're watching this, we've all had those kind of relationships. And so you've got to realize that that relationship will never lead to the results and the kind of relationship that you're also looking for. So that's the first sign. The second sign is that you tend to suppress your feelings. Okay? You're so invested in making a man happy and making a relationship work that you suppress your needs. You suppress your feelings. And you make believe that they're not there, that it's not that important. And it's simply not true. See, the reason you do this is because on some level, you're afraid. You're afraid if you really honor your feelings, you get real and you look at things for how they really are, you'll have to make a choice or decision. And that means you're going to have to be alone again. And that brings up your fear that you may never find somebody. And instead of facing that and moving on and trying to work on creating that great relationship, you stay, you settle for those mediocre toilet bowl relationships, those guys who never give you what it is that you're really looking for. And even though you have a relationship, it's not what you want. You know what I mean, don't you? So that's the second sign. The third sign, and this is the one I see all the time with the members of our community, is that you tell good stories. Okay? You lie, you minimize, you rationalize and justify. These are the things that you use to justify and make yourself feel better, to keep you in the crappy toilet bowl relationship so that you don't have to make those tough choices and decisions. You know, let's face it, we're good as human beings. We're good with coming up with stories. That's what we all do. And we're really good at convincing ourselves. Not only do we convince others, we buy into our own bullshit. And I know because I was someone who did that for years. I was in a relationship where I was telling myself all the stories that it was going to get better. It wasn't that bad. She was misunderstood. She never got the love she needed as a child. And I was going to be the one to show her and make a difference in her life. And she was going to see the light. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I've been there. But the reality is that you can't do the work for somebody else. So what I want you to walk away from, and we'll hit this more on the next video, is there's a difference between a relationship, a healthy relationship, and a great relationship. And so on the next video, we're actually going to go deeper. But until then, I want you to watch this over again. And I want you to really, take some mirror time and see, get real. Are you a love addict? And if you are, just like in AA, stand up and say, hi, Joe, my name is Mary, and I'm a love addict. Because what I believe is that realization is the first step towards rehabilitation. You've got to realize that there's a problem. You got to be aware of it before you can even fix it. So take your time, see if this fits. If it does, raise your hand, post it on the blog below. In the comment section, just say, hey, I'm a love addict. Which one is it? And then we'll work on fixing that so you can go on and create that relationship that you really desire and deserve. As always, it's an honor and privilege. We'll see you next time. Much love.